Hi everybody and welcome to a new video. This isn't part of a Let's Play at all. I am actually making a video of the main mods that I use in my game. It was requested in a comment, so I thought I'd make this video. I'm just gonna go through the mods that I literally can't live without. Like I absolutely need them in my game. But yeah, so let's get into the first mod. So the first mod that I'm going to talk about is UI cheats. And basically that allows you to, you can do a lot of things that include the UI, which is all of the stuff down here at the bottom of the screen. And even up here, like you right click, you can complete a holiday tradition or part of the aspirations. And you can even cheat needs by just clicking on the need that needs to be fixed. You can also change the weather. So if you don't like the weather, then you can change it to whatever you'd like. You can change the game time, and you can even cheat the money. So if you want to start off with 0 simoleons, but you don't want to just like buy everything, then you can cheat your money down to 0. Or if you want to give yourself a lot of money, you can do that. And I'll have all of these mods linked down below with the download links. Up next, we're going to talk about MC Command Center, which can be accessed through the mailbox, your sim, or a computer. With MC Command Center, you can you can quickly modify your household and create a sim. It's basically a bunch of cheats, and there's so many different ways that you can like change things, I guess is the word. Like you can change your sim's age. You can quickly change your sim's outfit. So if you don't want to wait for them to like do the little spin around thing, if you just click that, it'll automatically change their outfit. You can even check to see if your sim is pregnant or not, just without taking a pregnancy test, and you can see what gender and how many kids they're having. Yeah, there's so many different settings and stuff. That's just for the checking your sim, that specific sim. On the mailbox, you can cheat. You can summon sims to your lot. You can change the season. You can change the weather. You can do all of this stuff. And then on the computer is where all the settings are to change. Like you can change the length of a pregnancy for a sim. You can change the lifespan of the sims. I don't remember what else, but there's a lot of things you can change. You can change, you can disable the monster under the bed, which I know is like a huge pet peeve for a lot of players, is the monster under the bed for kids. With MC Command Center, you can disable that. Up next, I'm going to talk about a couple A-Deep Indigo mods that I use a lot. So they are Healthcare Redux and Divergent Sims. And with Healthcare Redux, it basically overhauls the sickness system. So your sims can get chronic conditions, they can get just like an infection, and they go to the doctor and get a medicine prescribed to them. For example, Hazel here has a pet dander allergy. So she can take this allergy medication. And it shows up as a trait right here, so you don't forget about it. And it also will tell you what kind of immune system your sim has. So Hazel has a normal immune system. Nicholas has a strong immune system. Another thing with this mod is you can get health insurance, you can donate blood, get an allergy shot, and get vaccinated. And then there's the online pharmacy or the in-person pharmacy. And there's also all of these different sims, like doctors. So it's very fun. It's very realistic, I feel like. And then our other A-Deep Indigo mod is Divergent Sims, which basically randomizes if your sim is neurodivergent or neurotypical, and your sim can have all kinds of different disorders or like mental illnesses and all that. Like, I've had a sim that had PTSD. I've had a sim that had histrionic personality disorder. But yeah, a lot of time your sims can have autism, they can have ADHD. There's like a bunch of different things that your sim can have. So this mod works basically just like the Healthcare Redux mod. As you can see here, Hazel has the dyslexia trait, which means that she is dyslexic. It's basically the same thing as Healthcare Redux. You go into the A Deep Indigo menu and you click on Mental Health Services. And since Hazel has already been diagnosed, she can go to a therapist consultation, she can sign up for additional services, family support therapy, go to a support group alone, go to a support group with others, and there's also an online pharmacy with this one. Now, since Nicholas isn't diagnosed with anything, if we go into that same menu, there will be an option for a psychiatric evaluation, which basically, if your sim is neurodivergent, you will get a pop-up in the corner that basically tells you that they are, and you can go to the psychiatric evaluation and it'll tell you what disorder or illness that they have. And yeah, it's like, once again, it's very realistic. These are some of my favorite mods that I use in my game, and I absolutely love it. Up next, we have the LGBTQIA+ mod by Lumpino. And with this mod, you can randomize the sexuality and gender identity of your sims. So Hazel here is just straight. She is sexually attracted to masculine sims, allosexual, alloromantic, and romantically attracted to masculine sims. But with this, you can click on your sim, and there is this orientation and identity panel, basically, where you can decide to ponder, which can that randomizes it and lets fate decide the orientation and identity of your sim. You can make quick assignments, which can basically, you change anything about your sim. You can change anything to what you want. There's the global settings, and this is where you can look at the options that your sim has instead of looking in this panel, which gets kind of messy when you have a lot of mods like I do. So it's easier to look through here. But yeah, which I actually haven't randomized Nicholas's sexuality or anything like that. So we can do that now. So I'm going to click decide to ponder orientation / identity, and we're going to ponder his orientation. I do this at the start of all my series, and so he's going to do this. You're going to get a pop-up, recalling moments in my life and social experiences. You can make manual selections, you can have fate decide, or you can change your mind and decide that you don't want to label your sim. So I'm going to do fate, and it's going to give your sim an orientation. If you do this to like an adult sim that's already had like experiences with romance and everything like that, it'll keep that in mind when deciding. So it has decided that Nicholas is panromantic and pansexual, allosexual and alloromantic, and so that is that. And also with this mod, there are different social options, so you can ask people about their identity, you can reveal your identity, and it's pretty cool. Next, we're going to talk about the gradual growth mod, which you don't really see, like, it doesn't really affect the actual gameplay, but it does affect how your sims look. So with this mod, basically children and teen sims, they gradually grow as they age, and it also randomizes everyone in the world to have a different height. So if you see here, basically Desi is really tall, but Charlie is really short. So it randomizes the height of every sim in the world. Also, you get to pick the height of your sims, and then any children that they have will basically just randomize based on the parents' heights. So I do this all the time with every sim at the beginning of all my series, but I'm going to stand Hazel up so that you can see what happens when I change her height. So right now she is at short height, so I will shift click and you can change height. So very tall, tall, average, short, and very short. So it really, it changes the height. Basically, that's what it does. And I think it's just makes the game more real. Although one thing is, if your Sims have different heights, then a lot of animations or like hugging, kissing, anything like that, they are kind of messed up. But you know, let me change your height back to what it was. So that's the gradual growth mod. And finally, the last mod we are going to talk about is the RPO mod, which is in this relationships, family, and pregnancy panel. This panel, it basically has everything to do with relationships and pregnancy, hence the name RPO, which stands for Relationships and Pregnancy Overhaul. I will say that a lot of these I haven't explored very much, like this romances and friendships panel, but you can decide which Sims you don't want to have like a relationship with or not be friends with. Like if you have a certain Sim that like you don't want your Sim to flirt with them autonomously or anything like that, you can decide that they will not. In the reproductive health, you can get your fertility evaluated. You can start birth control. You can get sterilized, and you can even change like the amount of fertility that your Sim has. That is another feature with the mod, that your Sim will have a fertility level. Like your Sim could be infertile, or they could be really fertile and always have children whenever they woohoo. In the pregnancy and family, you can have your Sim decide if they want to have children at all. I usually leave it up to fate on if my Sim wants a child or not, what they want, what gender they want their child to be, what their thoughts on being pregnant are, and you can even go to the doctor for a pregnancy test. But it is more expensive than just doing the one at the toilet. In the jealousy and infidelity, you can basically decide to always be faithful, or if you're going to be jealous about a certain Sim. In the insemination and surrogacy, these are basically just alternate pregnancies. So if your Sim is having trouble getting pregnant, you can go for artificial insemination, and also you can be a surrogate or have a baby through a surrogate. With the adoption, you can apply to adopt. So instead of just like going on a computer and deciding, oh, let's adopt a child, and this makes it a lot harder of a process and more like real life. There's also the Woohoo Health, which you can go get tested for WTDs. And basically, yeah. And then there's Woohoo Life, which assigns like Woohoo styles, roles, and preferences. But yeah, that is the RPO mod. Although, if you're going to do any of the alternate pregnancies, you do have to talk to your partner beforehand if you have one. But yeah, those are all of the mods, and those are the main ones I use for gameplay. If you want me to go through some Create a Sim mods that I use, then I would be happy to. But yeah, I am going to end this video here. If you have any questions about these mods, be sure to comment below, and I will see if I can help you. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.